Welcome to IMG. My name is Manny Iglesias. Folks, sometimes no matter if you're ready, they just won't give you the ball. They just won't let you play. Let me give you a little story. Thanksgiving, beautiful day, enjoyed a nice dinner, came home to relax and enjoy the evening, was getting into bed. And all of a sudden I look at the markets and the markets are inching right at a signal that we've been waiting for the last 3 months. So I get out of bed. Time to go to work. And all of a sudden, there's no way to execute orders. So keep trying. Doesn't make any sense. And all of a sudden, I started looking for information and get some information that the CME had an outage, a cooling issue, and there was no way to execute orders. This happens. But here's the interesting thing. This actually occurred at a time, at a signal that we all were waiting for. A very important signal that perhaps resistance level would be pierced and would create a nice strong rally. And there was no way to execute orders. Now, this affected the whole global market, not only precious metals, energy, interest rate instruments, other markets. It was just severe. The thing that really brings a question to mind is not only was there an outage, but normally these things, when they occur for a small window of time, and then we're able to go on about our business. Well, without tiring too much or expanding too much on this story, by 4 a.m., we basically stopped trying to do what we had to do and take advantage of what the market had finally provided. For those of you who want to see the exact signal, technical signal that we were looking at, that was also highly complemented by the fundamentals, contact IMG and we'd be glad to cover and share with you the information that we were looking at and that we were so patiently waiting for 3 months. But that's the way things happen sometimes. Everything was impacted. The thing that so many things have been said, in other words, articles have been written over the last couple of days, all kinds of comments have been made, but there is no proof of anything that was done intentionally. So I want to be very clear about this. But it just goes to show you that sometimes you're ready, you're prepared, and they just won't give you the ball. You're not allowed to play the game at that point in time. That being said, the market on Friday opened just absolutely beyond strong. It wasn't a fierce rally. The problem is, again, we come full circle to the same question. These are thinly traded markets. Who was trading? Where did all this activity come from? These are some of the questions and some of the interesting scenarios that unfolded. And it just so happens that last week on the video, I mentioned that there would be thinly traded markets and be some interesting situations. Nevertheless, I never thought in a million years that it would be something like a CME outage and that we have the first excitement of the season from such a scenario. Bottom line is, the numbers have changed at this point in time. Some adjustments need to be made. And for that type of information and to have clarity, contact IMG and we'd be glad to assist. I wish you all the very best. Remain informed. This will be a very active holiday season. All the very best to all.